45?
Definitely. Everything's tougher at 45. Just getting in shape is like a much different proposition. You know, I started these when I was 29, and everything was easier.
Now with Saving Private Ryan, what brought you guys back?
You know, we talked about it for years, and we were back and forth as to whether there was even a movie to be made, and ultimately what really pushed us over the edge was the fact that people wanted to see it, and people kept coming up to us and asking for it, and that's not something to kind of sneeze at, you know. It's tough to find a loyal movie audience, and I mean, believe me, I've made so many movies that found no audience at all. You know what I mean? I wrote a movie 5 years ago that literally nobody saw, except people in my, you know, who were directly related to me. So when there's an audience for a movie, that's a special thing, and so we wanted to give them what they wanted, you know.
There's outside of In the World. Have you not had a few chats about that? You didn't fancy it?
No, that's. I don't think anybody outside the UK should ever touch that role. That's an English role.
Would it be put off by the accent?
What's that?
Would it be put off by the accent?
Well, we don't do that accent as well as you guys do ours, so that's one thing. But the other is just it's such a British role that it would be sacrilege to give it to an American.
And you can get a project where you guys can come together, he can direct.
Well, the problem is every time he directs a movie, he gives the best role in the movie to himself. So until he gets out of that habit, you know, I'm not going to be able to work with him. But hopefully one of these days, he'll give up the role and just sit in the chair and let me do all the acting.
You wouldn't accept us taking the role as Robin or something in the future?
If he was directing, I'd do it, man. I'd do anything with him. He's a great director.
I would watch that movie, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think all Paul's movies, you know, are very much about the time, and certainly the Bourne films are really, they're big entertainment, but they're also about the times that we're living in, and you want that paranoia and that you want the audience on the edge of their seat. If we're doing it right, then that's the reaction, you know, and I think that's what people like about the movies.
Alicia was just telling us you left him.
Nah, I took it easy on Alicia. She's, you know, the truth is we felt so grateful that she did the movie. I mean, every single person in the world is trying to get Alicia Vikander in their movie right now. She's like the hottest thing in Hollywood. So the fact that she was a fan of the franchise and showed up and was like, I want to do this, it was just huge for us. Well, yeah, and that's part of our storyline is really, you know, Jason is a little analog, and Alicia's character is kind of, you know, is the opposite. She's like one step ahead of him for the first time, Bourne's old tricks aren't quite working because it's a new world. So that turned into a storyline for us. Yeah, I'd consider anything with the right director. But I can't imagine there are any superheroes left. I think they're all taken at this point.
If he was willing to direct you.
Oh, in a New York Minute, I'd love to work with Ben, yeah. The problem with Ben is that every time he directs a movie, he gives himself the best role in it. So, you know, until he's willing to give up the best role to one of his friends, then, you know, we're not going to be able to work together. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
They're always really nice, especially with Chris Morris.